What's up, Nailistas? This is the second video that I am editing tonight, and we are doing my friend's daughter's nails in this video, and they just got their nails done. It's technically yesterday. I edited the first video, so you can go and check that out if you have not checked out this one. We are going to do an intricate design. These lovely ladies always come with the best nail looks. As you can see there, that's the inspo pic. And we are going to get these nails slayed for her. So we were just talking about, and she's 15, she's an amazing teenager, but we were just talking about how when you go into certain salons or most nail salons all over the country, you don't really get what you are asking for. But they found me, so now that has changed. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about the end result. So I am pushing back the cuticles, and because she is young and still has a lot of elasticity in her skin and healthy nail beds, I don't have to do much work. So here I'm just pushing back the nail bed. This is the prep step. We already kind of had a nail consultation when her mom came to me earlier this month. And so I talked, and her daughter was with her, so I kind of talked to her about her nails. Then, however, I did assess the nails after she washed her hands. That's why she was putting the hand sanitizer on. She had just washed them first. And we looked at her hands, and I'm just like, you're good to go. And just kind of fouled her free edges. And like I told her, she takes wonderful care of her nails. I could tell she keeps up on her nails. So here I have the drill bit on a very low speed, and I am using a sanding bit just to rid the nail plate of any shine. This is a very important step. You cannot skip this step. You do not want to foul deep ridges or rings of fire into the nail bed. Some would say not to use the e-file on the natural nail plate. However, if you are delicate with it, it's a very useful tool, and it's designed to help you do the fouling work a lot faster. It looks very vigorous because this is sped up. However, it is not hurting her at all. I can literally see this just the shine coming up off the nail. So now we have some beautiful tips. These are my new favorite. I got them from my local nail supply store here. And we are going to add these tips onto her nails. And it was really easy to kind of guess her nail size. She has amazing nail beds. This went very smoothly. This video was originally 2 hours and 28 minutes, which I got up, washed my hands in the video. I got up and grabbed a couple different things. Things like that, you have to take that into account when you're getting your nails done, or if you're doing nails, that you may have those one-offs where you have to get up and step away from your desk. But essentially, you want to try to make sure you have everything at your fingertips or have your desk pre-prepared before the client gets there, so that way you can alleviate wasting any time, because every minute is crucial and every minute is critical when you are doing nails. So we're just adding those tips on. A little tip for the tips: don't add a lot of nail glue. Start off with just a dot of nail glue. I've learned that when you oversaturate the nail with nail glue, you run the risk of the nail not sticking because it's too wet and the glue doesn't dry in enough time. So I learned from another YouTuber that if you just add a dot of nail glue versus, trying to saturate the nail to make sure the nail stays on, you will definitely have a better chance of the nail sticking. And then you can go back and add extra glue later. So we are kind of out of frame here. Oh, there we go. I adjust the camera and just adding a little glue. I kind of moved the glue from side to side that I did put on there because at this point, the temperature of the room, I believe, changed. So one of her hands was sticking better than the other. You just don't want to oversaturate, make a mess, and then glue your fingers together just to avoid any of that. Um, and I used to do that in the beginning. I used to oversaturate the nail just to make sure the tip will stay onto the nail plate, but you don't have to do all of that. Trial and error with, the technicalities of doing nails. You learn a lot as you continue to go. So now we are taking the nail clipper or the tip cutter, and we are going in and cutting them down. We kind of decided on a length, and I cut each nail. A tip for this: I cut each nail the same way. So the first nail, I cut the number off, and she said that was still too long, so I went down a little bit. So I did all of them like that. I cut the number off. That's why you see me doing 2 cuts per nail. And please forgive me in advance if I am out of frame. I did adjust the frame of the camera so y'all can kind of see and it's more zoomed in. You can see a little better. I do apologize that I didn't have the best lighting. I did not feel like getting my ring light. So this is just my overhead work light that we're going off of here. But you can see pretty much for the most part. These nails turned out really beautiful. She was really pleased with her nails. And her and her mom, they both were pleased with the outcome of their nails. So, um, yeah, I'm just thankful that they still came to me with all the madness that was going on. But like I said, I've known her mom for a long time. We went to the same church growing up, and she's a sweetheart. I never had a problem out of her. Always would speak to me over the years if I ever seen her out, give me a hug, stuff like that. So she's a very good person. Um, but yeah, that was just like a nuisance. And we're bouncing back from it, like nothing can stop me. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to live out my purpose, and my purpose is to do nails and make people feel good about their nails. People that love nails um, and enjoy getting their nails done. I'm just filing that tip, and I'm lightly filing. I'm blending it into her nail bed. So that's what I'm doing here. It's kind of out of frame. I do apologize. But that is what we're doing here. Let's see if we can get that better. Okay. So just adjusting that. And now I'm trying to file these tips. I'm like, you know what? These tips are so like bendy that I don't really need to file them because I cut them straight for the most part. Sometimes it's depending on the brand of tips. Sometimes it's just best to go ahead and lay your enhancement over it and then file. So I'm prepping the nail, dehydrating, and I am going in and doing the primer as well. Now, I only do one hand at a time. This is something that I learned in school. Do one hand at a time. Don't prep all 10 fingers because after 30 minutes of applying the dehydrator and primer, you're going to have to add more. It's only good for a certain amount of time. And then you don't want debris and things to get on the primer. So only do one hand at a time. Now, with that, you have to remember to go back in. We are taking my Mia Secret Cover Blush and some blue acrylic that I have, and we're doing an ombre on a couple of the nails on each hand, just like the picture. At this point, like I said, the temperature of the room had changed. It got a little cooler outside, so I noticed a change in my monomer. However, I did suspect some tampering with this monomer. So, and it's a brand new bottle of Mia Secret monomer, so it didn't smell as strong as it normally do. So I felt like it was diluted with water. Um, and I hope that's not the case because then my client may have some problems with her acrylic breaking, but it didn't smell as strong and as potent as it normally does. So we'll see. I'll try to keep y'all updated. If not, y'all can follow me on Nailspiration on Facebook and that's where I do a lot of my base business work for Nailspiration. I, do a lot of my posting there. Second to that is Instagram. Third to that is TikTok. Fourth to that is Google. Okay. So if you are a business, you want to make sure that, because Google verifies your business. So if you are a business and you have an LLC in your state, you want to make sure you get you a Google account so people can find you. You know, kind of put yourself out there and market yourself and brand yourself in a way that makes you stand out from other nail techs. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from Google. Like, I get a lot of people calling me and like, oh, I just saw you were on Google and wanted to inquire about this or that. So it really is helpful. And I'm just blending and making sure that ombre is, matched, that it's not too, the color actually goes into a gradient of the other. So I'm a perfectionist with that. That's why this video is longer. With the last set, it was just clear acrylic and glitter. So I kind of, brushed through that as y'all saw. Video was a little shorter. This one we are doing colored acrylic, which I was excited because not too many people allow you to do colored acrylic because they're always thinking about changing their nails. If you are absolutely just a, shellac overlay type of person, then, I say give it a try. Give colored acrylic a try. But I know she probably is going to keep these nails for a while. So I was like, might as well go ahead and do colored acrylic. We can always do a soak off when she comes back in 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm just laying that color, and that color, oh my gosh. The way that I matched these colors to the picture, oh my goodness. Couldn't have been any more perfect. I absolutely love these tips. Um, it said USA something. I don't call the name of them, but they're just some natural tips. Long, square, natural tips. Not really too curved. There's a slight curvature in the tip, but they're not like curved. They're straight for the most part. And I personally prefer, my tongue is tired as it's late at night. It's 1 in the morning, but I personally prefer straighter tips because I do a lot with my fingertips. I text, I type, so I prefer to not have that curved tip on my hands. However, sometimes the curved tips do look cute and I do crave them. But since I am a nail tech and I use my fingers and my hands a lot, if I'm going to wear long nails, I try to go for the straight tips, like what you see on my hands right here. These tips that I have on, these purple kind of amethyst color jelly see-through tips, are pressed ones that I made with acrylic. Um, well, they're full coverage tips with acrylic overlay. So they're more durable. They're less likely to break. Excuse me. I know a lot of people use, tips and they put gel or they put gel polish over it. I like to give it a little extra protection by adding either polygel, hard UV gel, or acrylic on top of it. And that kind of here has the same type of effect. Those are my nails. I'm clicking in the microphone for y'all. So here we are adding a whole blue nail because that's what the design required. And I was just making sure that the cuticle area was not flooded because, like I said, my monomer just changed all of a sudden from the last set to this set. And from this hand to the other hand, it was just getting worse and worse as time went on. But we got it. We got smooth application. That's always important with acrylic. You want to get your application laid as smoothly as possible because acrylic is hard to file. Polygel and hard UV gel are easier because they're gel base. So they're easier, a little smoother to file, let me say it like that. But I wanted to make sure I didn't have any crazy lumps, bumps, or anything like that. The nails look good, just like this. And even we were discussing that, like she was saying, like, you laid it so good, it looked good like this. But I'm like, yeah, I'm still gonna go in and file and perfect and just kind of, you know, fix any little nooks slight bumps or anything that may be in it. I don't think I've ever not filed some nails. I have not filed nails and taken pictures, but to let a client walk out without filing their nails and then buffing them, no, I know better than that. No matter how smoothly the acrylic is laid, I still make sure I go in and clean it up. Just because you're fast doesn't always equate to quality nails. It doesn't mean that the person knows what they're doing because they did it fast, and that's a big misconception that a lot of people have. So here I am doing the other hand, dehydrator and primer, and I felt like the dehydrator did a good job, so I don't believe I went in twice. But normally I go in twice with the dehydrator and I go in twice with the primer. So I believe this is her right hand. No, let's see. It will be her left hand because I use my right. It's flipped around. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This really calmed me down today. Nails are very soothing for me to do, and I was happy that they were able to still, get their appointments in because this was the only day that they both were able to come in together as mom and daughter and get their nails done. Because my friend is a very busy person, such as myself. So normally I don't do nails on Sundays, but um, I know she was trying to get in to me sooner. And the booking site that I used to use, it was ran by the salon I was at. So I don't know if there was a problem with their booking site, but she said she was on there in enough time. They require most salons do. They require for appointments at least 24 hours to 48 hours in advance. And she was trying to book me on a Thursday, and she said it was booked out for even Saturday. Like it showed that I was blocked out, and I was sitting at the salon just, oh, you talk about frustration. You don't do stuff like that. So, and I didn't like the fact that everybody had access to, go into my calendar and tinker around. And, you know, I noticed too that some of my appointment payments were way lower than what I had charged. So I won't be using that stuff for my tax documents. I have backup. The right amount is in the app that I do use, um, and no one has access to that. So I don't use Vagaro. Only time I've used Vagaro is at a couple of shops. I think that the look of it is nice, but um, their fees are kind of on the higher side. So I use a different app. And if you're interested in knowing what app I use, all you got to do is go to my Instagram and click book now. It takes you straight to my link, my calendar, my booking calendar. So we're doing the same exact thing. Each finger is the same as the other hand. And while we were doing this, we were watching The Proud Family. I did not know that they did a reboot of The Proud Family. It's only a couple episodes, but still. And I was asking her, is Penny Proud older? She was like, no, actually, she's younger because they had an episode where she turned 16, but she's 14 on this one. I said, oh, because that used to be my cartoon. I used to sit and watch it with my nieces and nephews. I would watch it by myself. I was in junior high school when Penny Proud first came out, so I was still kind of into cartoons then. But it was pretty funny to watch. So we were enjoying ourselves and listening to Penny Proud and the Proud Family. And that episode was crazy. Crazy how the world feels like, oh, we have to be all inclusive. I get it to a fault, like can't push certain beliefs on everybody. So that wouldn't make us America now, would it? Home of the brave, land of the free. We got to be able to have our freedom still. So I just feel like even with kids' cartoons, they're kind of pushing an agenda. But anywho, back to these nails. So we're doing the same thing. And once again, y'all see that beautiful acrylic application. Like I said, fast nails does not mean, oh, she knew what she was doing. She laid them fast. Because although y'all adore people on here on YouTube for laying acrylic fast, if their acrylic is, if that was you and somebody did your nails fast, but they're breaking the next day, you would be pissed. You wouldn't care about how fast they laid them. So I like to take my time, make sure it's done right. However, this is something that is manufactured, and anything that is manufactured, aka man-made, has the ability to default and to mess up. So just keep that in mind. And most people that get their nails done often know that there's a risk, or there's a possibility that these can break, or chip or crack, or so it's only people that act like they're perfect, or they have too unrealistic high expectations that don't know that. But that's something I kind of just like to remind people, like within the first 3 days, if your nail breaks or cracks, I normally go ahead and do a courtesy maintenance on the nail. But if it's been 7 or 8 days and you tell me that you were lifting weights or something and the nail breaks, I'll fix it for a fee. $5 if I have to replace a false nail and put it, but like a crack, $3. You're like, oh, I'm not coming to you for $3. Well, do you want your nail fixed or not? I think that's more than fair. One thing y'all have to understand, people that get your nails done, it really takes acrylic up to a week. It's still malleable. It doesn't really hard truly set uh, until after 7 days. So your nails are curing for up to a week. That's something I learned in school as well. I was like, oh, makes sense though. So here we are with our Mia Secret Clear, just encapsulating so I can file if need be. I really didn't file her nails much. I kind of just went over them with the drills, like, with the e-file, because even though I was struggling with my beads, as you can see here, the beads were just, it was like I was dipping my brush in water. The acrylic was sticking to the brush and all types of stuff. So, yeah, I really feel in my heart of hearts that my stuff was tampered with. But you know what? That's okay. God doesn't like ugly. Normally, I don't have any problems out of my acrylic systems. I choose these brands because that's what works well for me. And as y'all can see, these nails are beautiful. But I was struggling with the monomer for some odd reason, and it didn't smell as strong as it normally smells. Um, so I was really shocked and amazed at myself. I never cease to amaze myself with how well I'm laying acrylic now. And practice really does make perfect. Let me tell you, if you're new to my channel, if you're new to doing nails and you're watching this, just know, don't be hard on yourself. Just keep going. Keep telling yourself you're going to get it. Keep practicing every day. I know it may feel like a long time coming if you're practicing on practice hands and fingers, but keep doing it. Trust me, everyone, every time you do it, it teaches you something. I still whip out the old practice hand Roxanne, my silicone hands, and I practice. So here we're putting the glitter on the middle finger, and we discovered that this glitter was missing some fine glitter, and I could not find my silver like the picture until the last minute, until I already encapsulated her nail. And I'm like, I don't want to make your nail thick, so we're just gonna leave it off. Still cute. It still, came through in the pictures and the end result. That's just beautiful. It's a chunky iridescent glitter. And I got this glitter in a big pack that I got from a craft store. So it was a great buy. I got like 25 glitters for $24, $25. So it was like $1 per glitter. and I got some really good colors. And I got like three different blues and a couple different greens, purple, red, and orange, and yellow, and gold, and silver. So it was a good pack, pretty much every color. So I'm encapping all of the nails just so to ensure that they're the same thickness and they all have the same amount of strength. So did a really good job, and I was struggling. If only I could work this fast in real life. But they weren't in a rush. They knew how long it would take, and they were just like, my friend was just like, you made really good time to do both of our nails. I didn't take a smoke break. I didn't take a water break. I didn't do any of that. I just dipped into it like boom, got her done. And I was like, all right. While I was top coating her mom hands, she was in the bathroom washing her hands. And come on, let's get right to it. And I disinfected my desk and stuff like that. So I was able to catch my breath per se, but um, I was not like stretching my legs or anything like that. I did that at the very end. So it was more rewarding. And that too will ensure that you work faster. If you know you're doing double clients back to back, just go ahead and boom, boom, back to back, get it, boom. They don't want to sit and wait. Just like you don't want to sit there, so they don't want to sit there either, having to hold their hand, and you know. So that's what I was just telling myself. I'm going to do it back to back, boom, get it knocked out. Whenever I do these back to backs, I'll be tired, but it's so rewarding because this is what I love to do. I truly have found my passion in life because I can do this. There's been times where I work full days without a break, and I look up and I'm like, oh, I haven't drank water in such and such hours, or I haven't eaten today because I love what I do. But I have to take care of myself as well. So I'm changing out my napkin because that acrylic was just doing something I didn't. I'm like, I gotta check my monitor. I'm like, I don't think this is the same strength that it was when I just ordered that. It's a $35 bottle of monomer. I know this ain't weekend. I just got it like a week ago. No more salons for me. I'm good. I don't want to do that no more. I'm tired of the cattiness. I'm tired of the having to replace my things because it's tampered with. Or I had one job that I had. I suspected that my gel bottles got cured under a lamp because they were hard. A couple of them I had to throw away. And I was just like, wow, really? Wow. So, and the ones that I could salvage, I salvaged and saved. But some of them were just cured hard. And the sun isn't going to do that. They put the shellac or gel polish in very dark bottles, either black or white, to try to keep the sun. But if you have your polished bottles sitting in direct sunlight, that's not good either because the sun emits UV rays. So, and that wasn't the case with this gel polish at all. It wasn't nowhere near a window. I just think somebody deliberately cured my gel polish. But you know what? When you do nasty things like that to people, it comes back on you tenfold. So that's why I don't do that. I let God handle it. I don't know if I can zoom back in, but let's see if that will open to make me out of frame. So we're gonna keep it where it's at. And we are over halfway. Okay. So we are over halfway done with the recording. If there is something that you just want to see, feel free to rewind, fast forward, pause, rewatch. You can turn it down, watch it on mute. That's what this is for. The voiceover is just for those that, want to hear my voice and see what I'm thinking. But we are looking at the picture and we're figuring out where the designs go on what fingers. Now she did kept touching the acrylic kind of early, so I was like having to go and like when your fingers when you're trying to get one finger, I don't fault it. Each person is a little different. That doesn't bother me, but um, the best thing you can do when you're getting your nails done is just let the tech guide your fingers. Let the tech just relax. Hold just relax your hands on the armrest or the wrist rest and let the nail tech. Don't try to help them out because then you run the risk of bumping your fingers and messing up your polish or your, enhancement or whatever. So here, this is what I was telling y'all. I just kind of went over each nail with the sanding band, and I had to watch it and make sure I didn't try to like fix her cuticles with this bit too much. So I'm just like fixing the cuticle areas and making sure they're well rounded and not too thick, and you know, and did a pretty good job of laying this. Made really good time. Normally it takes me for some nails just this length or a little bit shorter, it takes me about 2 hours because of the prep work. Since I didn't have to prep work, I was able to take up more time designing her nails, which we're about 70% there because there is some French tip. There's like I don't know what you call it, like a V cut. And then there's some rhinestones on 4 of the fingers. So, and then we top coat, of course. And I'm going to buff after I file. So, like I said, it's just real light filing, just kind of cleaning up the sides and everything and making sure that, everything looks good from different angles. And even though I'm not moving her hand a whole lot, I'm moving my head and I'm like, there's times where I'm holding the nail right at eye's view to make sure that my apex is in the right place and things like that. So, um, yeah, this is one of my better sets, getting better and better. And it really does help when people have beautiful, even nail beds. Like, I want to get to a place to where I can start telling people I don't recommend you get acrylic. Acrylic, you have to be a contender for it. So if you have, I believe it's called paraphagy, I believe that is the term, where the skin from the eponychium kind of grows over the nail plate. You're not a great contender for acrylic. You know why? Because I can't push that skin back. Um, and I believe that happens from, it could either just grow like that or it could be some kind of trauma that has happened to the nail that causes the skin to grow over the nail plate. I can't push that back. It would be too painful. And that would essentially cause lifting, me not being able to remove that skin off of your nail plate. So you wouldn't be a great contender. You know, somebody like that, I would definitely consider them just getting a manicure. Take care of your nail beds and let them grow. Here we are taking my 100, 180 grit file. And since there are longer nails, I like to use these square files for the longer nails. It just smooth like butter. Getting it. I wish I would have been able to leave the sound on this, but um, the kids was going crazy. So I had my son, she had her son. They were just having fun and enjoying each other's company. So I didn't want to get that in here. But yeah, these turned out very, very cute. And that's crazy because I did some nails that looked like these. I did ombre and nude together. I mean, baby blue and nude together, ombre. And they turned out very, very, very cute. So I had some practice with this. I got better with holding my file. Shouts out to Sharice, my homegirl, nail tech homegirl. Ever since we had our nail play date, it definitely helped me with my shaping and getting a lot better with that. I want to get faster and even faster at doing nails. Like I want to just be like, okay, hour and a half, boom, hour to get everything done, and then boom, designs. But that's like superior time for acrylic. My teacher told me in school that my time was pretty good once I graduated. Once towards the end of class, she was just like, when I was about to graduate, she said, your time is pretty good. It's not horrible at all. And I was probably doing about 3 hours just to do some regular acrylic. And I'm like, I don't think so. 3 hours? No, that ain't good time. So I pushed myself. And if these were just all nude nails, um, depending on how much I have to prep the nail for the acrylic, I have to take that into consideration. I'm out of frame a little bit, I apologize. But you have to take that into consideration. Like, how much work does your cuticles need? How much work does your natural nail need? Do you bite your nails? Uh, Things like that. Are your nail beds smooth? Are they rugged? Nails clear of any debris underneath, yada yada, so on and so forth. So here I am buffing, and I'm lightly buffing because the texture of the nails the texture of the nails are just smooth already. So we didn't do too much filing. So it looks real vigorous because it's sped up, but lightly filing. We didn't have any owies. We didn't have any mishaps, any bleeding. Um, so yeah, it's just a smooth sailing set. So coming up, we will be decorating the nails, and at the very end, I will show y'all the final product with a picture. Just cleaning up the desk because you kind of want to get the dust away from your desk when you are about to decorate. This is where I had her get up and clean off her nails. After buffing, you want them to essentially rinse their nails whenever you're doing an enhancement because the dust. And I also cleaned my desk, and that's to alleviate any dust flying into the gel polish or the top coat. So I went and got my little handy dandy stone, and we were talking about some of the designs she could do, and she was saying that she wanted. Then she said, "Lon, let me stick to the picture." I was like, "We can always add a gummy bear, or." She was saying that those pieces look like candy. I like them too, and when I put them on my nails, I always tend to bite on them. So I gotta try not to do that. Her nails look really, really good. So we are looking at the picture as a reference guide as to what nails will be having rhinestones and French tips. So here we are. I'm going in with my Beatles gel polish. Don't know the color number, but it was a blue collection, and it was actually the first color that I grabbed. And she's like, "That's perfect." So we were saying how the picture may have possibly had um, the X-Acto knife or that little French tip cutter. And I was like, yeah, possibly. It could have been that possibly. But I believe that they may have even polished it. There are some talented people out there that knows how to have a steady hand. So we're just continuing. And I learned too that I don't necessarily have to have my little tray with the gel polish on it. Um, that's kind of, you'll learn little tricks and things along the way. I just kind of take some polish on my stripping brush from the bottle directly, because in a moment like this where you know they've been waiting to get their nails done and they want to get out of there, I'm not going to time by getting up and, oh, let me go get, or even if it's sitting next to me, I just don't, most of the time I don't use that little palette thing where I can put the polish on it. It just wastes product. Something like a little French tip like this uh, doesn't require me to have a whole lot of product out. I try to reserve and preserve a lot of my products because I want to get the full value of it. I don't want to waste it. So before I go, I want to go ahead and say make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Feel free to share this to your social media, your Facebook. Feel free to share it wherever. Um, Feel free to use this as a guide. Feel free to comment, ask questions. And there's some parts where I had to kind of fix the French tip part because I didn't feel like it was straight. But for the most part, we got it, like that right there. This was hand drawn, y'all seeing it. So it is possible to hand draw without, using that X-Acto knife or using just acrylic. I feel like that would have been more time consuming. So I just used gel polish because I knew I could draw. I practiced this V-cut French tip a lot. Remember the first time I did it was a couple years ago. I had someone request when I used to take requests on Facebook, like, send me some inspo nails and I'll show you if I can do it or not. I don't do that no more. I don't have time to. But yeah, there was a girl that sent me some black nails like this. And she was like, "Oh, you did it, but it don't look like the picture." I'm like, "Well, the picture has long nails, so it looks more narrow. When you take away the a lot of the canvas, everything is on a shorter canvas." She's like, "Oh, that makes sense." I'm like, "Yeah, it looked good like the picture. It was good, but it was just shorter." Even if her nails was just like that, boom, cute, very cute. So here we are, top coating, doing the top coat with my Beatles top coat, no wipe top coat, and making sure the cuticle is clean, making sure everything is perfect order. These nails look really good. I think she kind of doubted me, like, can she really do this? And when she saw that acrylic, she was like, "Oh my gosh!" She was like, "Mom, look." So she really love her nails, um, and that makes me feel good. That's what I do it for. That's why I named my business Nailspiration, because I want to inspire people to just feel like their best self. Um, love themselves. And for me, that's what nails and makeup and hair, excuse me, that's what it does for me. Like, it makes me just like, oh, let me get up and go to the grocery store. I look cute. Or let me go out in the world and just be my best self and be humble and gracious and beautiful. So I'd be hoping that my nails do that for somebody else, especially if you are a lover of nails. We always cure for 60 seconds when it comes to the gel polish because of the gel polish brand that I use and the type of lamp that I have. However, some lamps might need for you to go 2 minutes or a whole minute. Well, 60 seconds is a minute, but you know what I mean, like a whole 2 minutes. So some only require 40 seconds. I have another lamp, not this one in the camera, but I have another lamp that's like super powered. So here I am using my, is it called Gelixir Rhinestone Glue? It works like a charm, but you only need a little bit. If you use too much, then the stones will pop off because it creates a platform between the nail and the rhinestone. So you gotta use it in moderation. So we are using some beautiful AB rhinestones in her cuticle line. A little pizzazz. And here I am trying to use the least amount, enough to make it stick. I've seen this stuff keep things on, um, even on my nails. My hands are constantly on water because I'm a nail tech. I stay washing my hands. I do dishes. I do laundry. I clean daily. So by me working on my own hands and knowing that I keep my hands in water, it helped me to ensure that the nails stay on. So I want to do an update on these. I believe in the next 3 weeks they'll be coming back. So I want to see how well her enhancements stay on for her. Now she does get her nails done often, but she did say it had been a while. So I thank you guys and gals for watching this video. Let me know what you think. I've come a long way. Y'all can go look at my older videos and see that there has been a transformation. This is the first time that I've come on here and did a live hand for you guys, and y'all got a 2-for-1. So thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you click like, thumbs up, and share. And I really do appreciate y'all. Let's, go ahead and subscribe to get my little humble channel the views that it deserves. And if it's not for you, I understand. No, no harm, no foul. I get it. There are a lot of great YouTubers on this platform that do this, and I thank each and every one of them. Um, Drippy Nails, Tabitha Scott Nails, Tip Top Shape Nails, Natalie Cremona, just to name a few of the people that I watch. So if you're looking for good YouTubers to watch, I don't mind shouting them out. Not that they need me to, but those are the ones that I watch. And Tabitha Scott is number one. Let me tell you, in my list, she's number one. So thank y'all for watching. Oh yeah, this little case that I got it from Family Dollar for like $3, and I put my rhinestones in it. So our rose oil, there you have it. What you see is what you get. Rubbing the rose oil into the hands and the nails, because it's a waste to just not rub it into the hands. So smelling good, looking good. There she go, modeling, and there it is. Tell me how I did, you guys.